everyone. I've missed you all so much. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. It is Friday, and I think in this video I'm going to finish my book. You know more than I know, frankly, because if I've said that I'm going to finish it, I'm going to finish it. I wrote the first 80,000 words of this book. It's an adult thriller in November, NaNoWriMo. If you're looking for just 30 solid videos of chaotic writing content, feel free to check that out. I've kind of reset my routine. Well, not really, but I mean, sort of. I kind of just like rested and slept a lot and did a puzzle, and now I'm back. I think the two primary goals of this video is we're going to try to finish this rough draft this weekend, which is so ambitious and bold, and I don't know if it's really in the cards for us today. But the other thing is to decorate for Christmas. So I went to my favorite place, the Dollar General, and oh my gosh, I was so impressed. I just love to decorate on Friday nights. I don't know what it is. It's just a fun time to do that. Stressful. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my car as it heats up. It is Saturday morning. I'm gonna go run and grab a little quick winter coffee. It is the same as a coffee any other time of the year. Oh my gosh, the wind all night. It felt like I was in a movie. That's how aggressive the wind was. Felt like a monster was attacking. Felt like I was in an episode of Doctor Who. I'm gonna go grab a coffee, and then I realized I actually need to edit the video for Sunday. I haven't edited a video in like a week now, which is probably good, but actually that's such a lie because I edit videos for work too. But you know what I mean, it's different. Because I'm at a part of the plot that feels really unapproachable. I don't know what that's about, but every time this happens to me sometimes, and it's not necessarily even that the plot is unapproachable right now, but I think I just haven't been writing as much. Writing itself feels harder. This just happens sometimes, and I'm actually really glad that I figured out the best way for me to combat that, because that's super normal to feel that way. That doesn't mean that like the story's not good or that you're not a good writer. It's just like, that's just sometimes how you feel. So what I do typically when it's feeling very inaccessible is to make it as easy as possible, as visible and flashy as possible. That sounds bad, but for me that usually means doing sprints. So doing like, I've done this a couple times, but doing like a 2-hour chunk of 10-minute sprints where I do 10 minutes of writing, 10 minutes of cleaning. How many times can I say it? I feel like I talk about this all the time. You finish those 2 hours and you've written quite a few words and the house is clean, and I'm like, and then you feel that momentum pulling, right? That's really all that's on my agenda today though, is to clean and then edit the video. right in the center of it. Trying to help her. I really struggle with dual POV books, which is why I'm actually kind of shocked that I'm writing one, because there have been some dual POV books that I really love, but I think what happens, especially in thrillers, is that it's so easy for one of the plots, one of the POVs to become so much more interesting. I just want to keep going back there. And so then what'll happen when I'm reading those types of books is that when it goes to the boring character's POV, not even that they're boring, but like what's happening is just not as interesting or pressing as what's happening to the other character or with the other character. And so I'll be like sort of skimming my way through it to get to the other person. I know that as a reader, you're not caring about any of this because of what's happening with Danny at the moment. So, and it's like, I am feeling that same way where I'm like, I don't want to overwrite this section or have this section be too like complicated, but also I need certain pieces to come into place before the time, like the POVs converge. And that's like always my gripe with dual POV books, is that I want to be where the action is. But I know it's also important to get the information that we're getting here. It's also just a part of the book that I'm more uncertain about, and it's getting to that point in the plot where I need to know what's happening. It's less that I need to know what's happening, but I need to know the motive and like why everybody's doing what they're doing, and that it's the point where what everybody's doing separately needs to come together and fit together and make sense. And it's just funny because with Project Groove, which I haven't talked about in a minute, but I'm hoping to get back to next week, that was the major revision that I had with that book. There were pieces and motives that just I forced together too quickly and they didn't work, and I needed to like go back and really figure out like what is the motive for this bad guy, essentially, like why is the bad guy doing what they're doing? Because I always plot for like what they're doing and how it impacts the character, like the main character, but I never like get that root, or I struggle with getting that root of like, why are they there in the first place? Like, why are the bad guys doing this in the first place, you know? Somehow that just gets lost along the way because I'm so focused on what the main characters know, and the main characters don't know about this motive until a lot later in the book. So then I start to not even forget, but just like lose sight of it. And then there's a whole other layer of like, what order do I reveal that to the reader to have the most impact, right? For it to make sense. And that's something that with each revision, as I get more and more comfortable with what happens in the story and how it happens and everybody's motivations and where it brings them, like it will become more clear and I'll be able to, but like just writing it the first time of like, what order does all this information get revealed? How do all of these pieces come into place? It just takes a little bit. And at the same time, I'm feeling that feeling of the dual POV problem where I just want to get back to the other person. Like I don't actually care, but I do because it's important to the story. I need to write. Okay, I don't need to do anything. No one's telling. Do you ever get that way if you're a writer where it's like, unless you're publishing or agented at this point, it's like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. But actually I don't. Like I could do whatever I want. Like no one actually cares.
I'm gonna be working on cruise about 80 cigarettes a day. I bet I could always doing that. I'm a little sleepy. I just want this fun again.
Okay. If that doesn't tell you how I'm feeling, I just need to do it. That's the most annoying part. Desperate to reclaim it. Desperate to find her. Hi. It's Monday morning and I'm gonna finish it today. I really hope that that wasn't one of those moments where I had to edit in and be like, oh, she doesn't finish it today. I really hope it wasn't that because I would really like to finish this today. Okay, I think I can do it. But listen, it's already 7:20 and I leave for work around 8-ish. You know how I went back to my other POV and then I wrote all the way through until the POVs converge again? So I made it to that point. And now I'm like right at the 5-point finale, I think. If I am doing my Save the Cat correctly, let me just check. Oh, good. I didn't actually write out the 5-point finale. Excellent. Wait, now I need to look at Save the Cat again. I'm so sorry, everyone. I just need the... No, that was The Dark Night of the Soul. No. 5-point finale. Ready? I think I've gathered the team. Have I? Sorry, my brain just melted. Okay, I think what the problem is that... Okay. I guess this is just what I'm doing this morning, is figuring this out, which is annoying because I thought I would maybe be writing, but... Okay. I think that my two characters, my two POVs, are going through the beats at slightly a different pace. I think they both hit the Dark Night of the Soul at the same time, and then one of them just stayed at the Dark Night of the Soul while the other character like went through the whole break into 3, gathered the team. The other... There's a 5-point finale, right? And in the 5-point finale, one character is still in the All Is Lost. Is still to this All Is Gathering the team. All Is Lost. Other characters. I don't know if that made literally any sense. I'm really annoyed about that actually because that means that I have to do another 5-act finale. But I don't think it needs to be as intense. But it kind of does though. It kind of does. There's a lot of things and people and places, all the nouns really, that need to like get their comeuppance. Like there's a lot happening. You know what this means? Oh my gosh. This means I need to write another outline. Okay, not for the whole book. Ooh, and what and where and why was that necessary? It's about 7 o'clock, which is wild because it's so dark and I've already showered, so it feels like it's literally midnight or 10 p.m. or whatever time. I think I'm really committed to finishing this book tonight, even though I have the full 5-act finale to do, because listen, I put on this lounge set. It's matching. Here's the leg. I was wearing this outfit the last time I finished a first draft, which was it was in like February. It was like my 3rd video on this channel. I was actually watching it the other day. Yes, I watch my old videos because I'm interested to see what I was doing, okay? It's very motivating. This is a first draft, so it's gonna be rough and that's okay. I just need to let go of this thought that everything needs to make sense. Like ideally it would make sense, right? But even if I have to write it the wrong way first, so that I can fix it later, my future self is getting very annoyed that I'm saying this, but like if I just keep getting caught up on like, what if I'm not following the Save the Cat structure perfectly with this ending that I write, then I'll never write it. Or it'll just take forever. And I just have this fear, or not fear, maybe it is a fear, I think, that it'll be like the 7th book that I write, or like 15th book that I write, that'll be the one to get the agent. And so like there's that thought in my head and I'm like, well, I gotta crank through all these first. I just want to get to that point sooner. And so then my fear is that I'm going too quickly. Like I'm not giving myself enough time for each draft. But then I think about Project Groove, which was my NaNoWriMo project in 2022. And I think probably going to start querying that in the new year. I still need to do one more round of readers. And so who knows, maybe the readers will find something major that I need to rewrite the whole thing again. But if none of my readers find anything, then I'll go through all my last passes and start querying that. And that one feels good. It doesn't feel like I've rushed through it. I think just the fact that I'm thinking about that and just the fact that I'm considering like maybe this is too fast means that I'm aware of it and means that I'm gonna be active about not letting that happen. So if I get a bunch of feedback on the book that's like, ooh, maybe something's wrong, I'm not going to ignore that just to finish another book in a year, you know? So all that to say, I'm definitely procrastinating writing. If you were wondering, now it's 7:12. Some in the trees, my footsteps on the ground. Okay, so, should we do sprints? That always seems to go well. This is so funny because this is very similar to that day that I finished my first book where I was like, I have the whole finale to write, but I'm gonna do it in a day. This one's a little more chill, as I was talking about this morning, I think. Was that this morning? Yeah. I'm kind of already in the middle of the 5-act finale, but there's like a little mini 5-act finale in the middle of the 5-act finale. I'm gonna let you do what you will with that information. Oh, I forgot about all those sad things. But I'm in the trees, I'm in a singing channel. You guys, look what the first song was. It's like they heard us. Can't catch me now. Oh, this is so sad, I forgot. I look to Cal and find him near tears. Danny clearly understands it as well. And though I may be in between, I think I might just be coming out the other side. All right, so it is 9:29 on December 11th. Wow, I'm so dramatic. And at 93,689 words, we've got a draft. Is the ending an absolute pile of gelatinous slime? Yes, it is, but it's done. And it's enough. It's enough to get me to the second draft. Remember, everyone, the first draft is just to make it exist. And so it definitely exists. And it has a beginning, it has a middle, it has an end, it has an epilogue, it has too many words, it has a lot of typos, it has many characters who literally don't have names. Most of them don't have names, but it is the first draft. And it's 94,000 words. Whoa, that's gonna be the next year of my life, is that doing that. I think I'm gonna, shockingly enough, do a puzzle to celebrate. We did it. Thank you for coming along with me. So it really took like 41 days to write 90,000 words, which like, I'm actually like kind of wanting to start draft 2. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your comments and support. And this is just the beginning of this book.